by Anakista.
We are so excited because you're going to get the very first look at something brand new here in Pigeon Forge. We're here at Wildside. We have Austin Martin here with us to show us around, explain the concept because it's opening this summer.
It is. You know, we are just about a week and a half away from opening as we speak. And so we're super excited just to offer Pigeon Forge something a little different. And it's all in that name, the Wildside. We're bringing you over to the wild side of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. So we are just a few minutes from the Parkway here in Pigeon Forge. We're just on the border of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. So it's all of those things that you might not get to do in the national park. We want you to be able to experience them here in the Smokies.
So you're really taking advantage of the beautiful mountains that surround us.
We are, and we have a pretty good chunk of those mountains as well. We are on 900 acres. There are 18 miles of trails so far. By the end of the year, we hope to be in the 20s somewhere. So we're super excited just to offer an expansive area that feels like the national park, but lets you do some of those touristy things that you might not get to do anywhere else. You know, we're going to offer our mountain biking, we're going to offer e-biking, and then also UTV guided tours just to start out, and that's just phase one. We have phase two coming in just a few months.
Oh my goodness, and we can see coming along nicely, there's lots of construction, but you can see this big beautiful building behind us.
Absolutely, so this is Wildside's base camp, so as far as you can see all the construction going on. We are kind of entering that last few weeks, you know how crazy construction gets. So we're super excited. This is going to be our main retail and food and beverage location. So you'll be able to come here, get your snacks, get ready to get out on those trails, and then also kind of decide if you want to do a UTV or a mountain biking or e-biking tour here at base camp. So that's where you'll set up, get you out on the trails, kind of teach you a few things about being out on the trails. And then of course this outside area, you see our fire pit going on in. We'll also have picnic tables all the way around this building. So we're really trying to make this feel like a hangout area. Bring your whole family. You know, if you're not willing to go out on the trails, you want to watch your family, the trails are built all the way around so you can watch from afar and still have a good time as well.
Oh my gosh, this sounds amazing.
We are so excited. You know, it really is something different.
Something different. Lots of fun for the whole family. Austin here is going to show us around some of the different areas of the Wildside. All right, we've made our way into the main building. Look at the woodwork, it's beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. So something that our design team here has really focused on is bringing those natural elements inside and kind of keeping that nature very close. So, you know, of course, we've been out in the hot all day long, and so it really is nice to come in, have a break, but still feel like you're out into nature.
Wonderful. So Austin, what's going to be in here?
So this is our brand new retail space. This is called Wildside's Base Camp. And so Base Camp's going to give you, one, a place to take a break from that heat, but also we're going to have some retail offerings. We are partnering with Specialized Bikes, and so they offer mountain biking and e-biking. We'll have all the accessories. So if you want to come out and bring your own bike, we can service it here. We can get you back out on the trails if something breaks. And so we're really trying to focus on making this an all-inclusive destination so you don't have to go out and go to the store and figure it out from there.
I love that we get the adventure side. We're going to get out, we're going to bike, we're going to get close to nature.
We are, and so that is the whole mission of Wildside. The family who owns us, our sister property, Anakista, they are true outdoor enthusiasts. So Anakista, it gives you that kind of entry level to the national park. Well, now this is that next level. We're really going to get you out into nature, go a little wild, if you will, and just really experience nature in a way that you couldn't before here at Pigeon Forge.
All right, our first stop, not too far from base camp.
Not too far. We are just behind it at our jump track.
This is so cool. I mean, I was looking up. How fun.
Yeah, so we offer 3 different levels. So we have an advanced, we have our intermediate, and then of course we have the beginner. And when I say beginner, you know, we're going to teach you how to ride on a regular trail. And then once you work your way up, you can come out to the jump track and really practice some of those tricks that nowhere else here in our area has.
And Austin, this has become really popular, this type of recreation.
It has, and that's really why we wanted to build Wildside. You know, here in Knoxville area and the greater Sevier County area, there aren't that many places to ride, especially on dirt like this. So we're trying to give people a little break from traveling so far to get to do these activities.
All right, and as we look up the hill, we can see kind of the grooming that's been done.
Absolutely, so our crews have been working on this for almost a year now, and you can really see see just how beautiful it turned out. You see those awesome jumps, and then now we actually have grass out here. So it looks really cool. It is really cool and very fun to watch also.
I bet. Well, we see now where it gets its name, Wildside.
You know, we had a wild ride all the way up to the top.
Wow, but just incredible scenery.
Absolutely. You see behind us just exactly how high we are up. So from the bottom point where we're at base camp to up to the top of Raven's Den, that is 1,500 feet of elevation change. So not only is it 900 acres with 18 miles of trail, you're also gonna get up to the top of the mountain, literally on top of the world here.
And you actually took us out onto the trail that they'll be able to do the guided tours on.
We did. You know, it was my first time out there today too. So, you know, as we get closer to those opening dates, we're finally getting to explore all of this that we call Wildside. So we're super excited. There are going to be 3 different trails, 4 on the way. So we're super excited to offer a few different levels of, you know, that advanced level all the way to beginner. You know, our guided UTV tours is really just to teach you how to get out in the wild. You know, that way you can one day do it yourself. So you'll be guided by a Wildside employee, and then you do have the option to drive your own rented UTV from Wildside all the way up the mountain.
And then they'll be able to take a shuttle, which is kind of the road we also took, to get up here, which is gorgeous.
Absolutely. So the shuttle is going to be for our bikers. So you can either bring your own bike or you can rent one of our bikes. We'll load it up onto the trailer. You'll take, very similar to Anaquista's Ridge Rambler, all the way up the mountain, and then we'll start where you'll start your bike trail.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be incredible. You can tell this is going to be the next big thing.
I am so excited. It is the next big thing.
All right, well, the website is already up. Opening date coming later this month.
We're hoping, you know, sometime mid-July. We'll keep you updated, of course, when that day does come as well. And then, of course, that website, wildsidetn.com. Follow us on all of our social media, Instagram, Facebook. We're all there.
It is going to be an adventure taking you on the wild side. Check out the website right now. We will keep you posted, too, on that grand opening date, wildsidetn.com.
The preceding segment sponsored by Anaquista.